get into the Super DDS, DDS Modulation, which to me is just amazing. Basically what happens is when you switch this switch on, I'm going to switch it full on first. Basically, you create, the oscillator creates these doubles of itself or something. I don't know if there are multiple oscillators that are being generated. There's just a center oscillator that is the DDS one, and then these other ghost oscillators that come out on the side. And the real beauty of it happens when you start detuning all of those extra non-central oscillators that are present. It's instant super saw if you're set to the saw, basically. Now, when it's switched all the way on, all of those ghost oscillators that it's creating are at an equal volume with the center oscillator. But if you have it at half, they create kind of a pyramid shape. It's a little less overt. But it's giant. It's this giant chorus effect without a chorus being present. And you can modulate it with this SWM. And how you modulate it depends on what the setting is here. Here we can use LFO1. It is moving all over the place. And then with the binaural stuff going on, you just get this really huge, monstrous thing. We can do that thing I was just demonstrating where we make kind of an attack transient. So when I am playing this by myself and I'm not shooting a demo, you better believe I'm all over this all the time, because I'm just pushing that up. It's like, ooh, it's the one trick pony of a thing that has about 1 trillion tricks. But like this particular thing is so pleasing to me, I can't keep my hands off of it. And then you can add it to all of the billions of other things that are happening, and it just becomes amazing. It is truly super. Totally overdriving, but I can't help myself. That is, to me, that's why one of the main reasons you would buy this synthesizer, because that is one of those natural things that when applied to really any of the patches that you could create, it will add something to it and will add something desirable. It's just, that's one of the reasons, that in combination with the binaural aspect, that this is really a tone synthesizer. It's the first digital oscillator tone synthesizer I've ever played. And let's not forget that all of that cool stuff aside, if we are using DDS2 and we put it into the pulse width modulation setting, these sliders also and simultaneously will control the pulse width and pulse width modulation of the square wave on DDS2. And you have the ability to decide what is modulating the pulse wave. We'll do LFO. So then if we go back to oscillator 1 and we bring in the Super DDS modulation, we bring in oscillator 2, we have both that cool modulation that happens with all of those ghost oscillators in DDS1, and we have a very nice pulse width modulation happening in DDS2. It's the sort of, and we're not even using the filter yet. I mean, this is so much that we're not even touching to get that fully finished, gorgeous sound. And that is the hallmark of a synthesizer that is very powerful and very useful. So, yeah. I wish I had come up with that when I wasn't recording this, but was instead recording music, because I want to come back to that. That's amazing. Yeah, and this is one of those instances where, you can say, oh yeah, Mark Doty, he's a shill. Look at how excited he was. But the truth of the matter is, like I always say, I only demonstrate synthesizers that I like or am amazed by. And I love it when I'm in the process of demonstrating it to others and I find things I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this. And, if it sells the synth, that's super cool. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just an idiot like you, just loving the sound that I'm hearing. And you're not an idiot. I'm sure you're absolutely fantastic. I'm an idiot, but the truth of the matter is, these are honest reactions as I am just showing you what this thing does. Okay, so we're not even done with this DDS modulator section. We also have the cross modulation, which is another thing I find myself digging into almost every single time because it causes the DDS1 and DDS2 to modulate each other. Or at least, it might just be one of them. Maybe it's DDS1. Yes, it is DDS1 being modulated by DDS2. What does that sound like when we have this going? Wow. Okay, that's useful. That is cool. There is a lot of sound design possibility in something like that. But again, if you're just having it straight, don't be misled. Even though it's really gone crazy, you can still use it musically. This is a way to add a lot of texture and complexity to your relatively straightforward sawtooth wave. Remember, we just have a sawtooth here. It's just that it's being modulated. So then when you start modulating DDS2, which we could do over here now, what happens? Yeah. So you see, the DDS modulator is like the LFO for the 21st century. It is. There's just so much there, and it seems so simple. It's like, oh, here's a LFO and an envelope to control the pitch, and here's a cool sort of super saw effect, and then there's cross mod, but used in conjunction with each other. And then when you start actually doing the modular aspect of the synthesizer, where you're doing various routings down in the mod assign section, wow, we go from, I've heard people go like, oh yeah, they're trying to do like a Roland polysynth, but this is not a Juno, my friends. This is a full on professional sound design / musical instrument synthesizer that supersedes to a very great degree just something to play sawtooth pads on. So yeah, let's do away with these perceptions that there's anything simple or straightforward about this synthesizer. It's just incredibly powerful. So that is the DDS modulator to a degree. I mean, there's still a billion things you could do with it on the UDO Super 6.